What's good, people? What's going on? I'm outside walking through Longside Park. Just another day. I thought it'd be fitting because there's a storm that is rolling through right now. Little brief intermission in the rain, but couldn't hear the thunder in the background. And I thought it was fitting, considering that I'm going to be talking about Canelo and Crawford in the third press conference that they had, and some of the things that were said, and also what happened on the weekend with the Tevin and Floyd Schofield fight. So let's talk about it. First off, let's get into the Crawford-Canelo press conference. I didn't get a chance to go over it last weekend. My apologies. Doing a lot of things with the house and whatnot and moving things around, but got a little time now. Look, I like that the mask came down a little more for both of these guys. They went into the first two press conferences pretty respectful. They wasn't really talking a lot of trash. It got a little banter, a little playful banter back and forth the first two press conferences. But this one, it was different. Because the second press conference, you'll remember, Terrence Crawford stepped to Canelo at the face-off, and he tried to walk him down, and Canelo shoved him back. Well, this press conference, they talked about it. They talked about it in great detail. And some of the highlights, Canelo was like, yo, you talk about this, that, and the third, who've you fought? He said, okay, buddy, we know, buddy, we know. He said, name me one elite fighter you fought. And Terrence Crawford, before in an interview, he said Ricky Burns and Victor Postol. And I would have picked better names if I was him. Victor Postol, while a very good fighter, I would have picked Earl Spence and Sean Porter. That's who you should have brought up, but that's neither here nor there. But he was like, you. And then Canelo was like, oh, me, okay. And then Crawford was like, yo, so when I beat you, are you going to be a nobody? When I stomp a mud hole in your ass, is you going to be a nobody then? That's when I think it got a little bit real. I mean, Canelo was sitting back kind of just smirking like, yeah, okay. But Crawford wasn't playing. He wasn't playing, man. Because he was trying to say that Crawford was hand in hand with Turkey al-Sheikh. And he said, hey, I didn't say you were scared. That was your uncle, a la Turkey al-Sheikh. He's trying to say Turkey al-Sheikh is his uncle. And that he's trying to set him up for success. And that they're trying to stack the odds against Canelo because Turkey's on Crawford's side. And then Crawford was like, I ain't scared of shit, man. Nah, not at all. He said, I'm going to stump a mud hole in your ass. And then, they were going back and forth. They were chirping. It was good. It was good to finally see the mask come down, because I think Canelo was trying to keep it even kill, was not really trying to go to that place. He was willing to, but he wasn't trying to go to that place. Crawford was more than happy to go to that place because he felt as though Canelo thinks he's the bigger man, thinks he's going to walk me down and whip up on me, and I'm here to tell you, nah, I'm hunting you. I'm going to walk you down. So I don't know. I thought it was great. And then at the face-off, it was intense, man. It was intense. It was just, you could see Crawford did not look smaller than him. If anything, he almost looked like the same size. Now, there's a big difference between being the same weight and sparring at that weight and training at that weight versus fighting at that weight, punching people that fight in that division and taking punches from people who fight in that division without the headgear on and guys that are there to really, hurt you, that you're not, training for. That being said, I think it's going to be a better fight than people anticipate. I think that Terrence Crawford is going to bring the goods, but I think other people are realizing that this is not merely a sham or a one-off fight. No, it's a legitimate fight. So I loved it. I loved every bit of it. And I'm going to do my film study and my breakdown. But let me know what you guys think about that last press conference, because I think Bud came in and like he said, you said you was the bigger man, and that's why I stepped to you and backed you down and let you know who the boss it is. So you have two immovable objects in the same room together who aren't budging. It's that type of fight, in my opinion. Let me know who you think is going to win in the comments below, and let's go ahead and shift over to Tevin and Floyd Schofield. That was the other big event that happened this weekend. And for those who aren't caught up on boxing news, Floyd Schofield was supposed to be fighting Shakur Stevenson, but he had to back out of the fight. He apparently got sick Maybe it was food poisoning. Some people were saying he just tried to find an excuse to get out of the fight. And he got a lot of flack and a lot of criticism. So he ended up having a fight with Tevin Farmer, who is another well-known fighter. Some people say he's a gatekeeper. Some people say he's still a contender. Very high-level, highly skilled boxer. And he went in there, first round, might have been within the first minute, knocked him down. He immediately came out and established himself in the center of the ring and started throwing bombs after he timed Tevin, and he knocked him down. Tevin got up really quick. You know, he does the saying he okay to the ref, and then proceeds to get knocked down again. And he gets up within 2 seconds, way too quick, in my opinion. And I think part of that's pride. Instead of just taking the knee for like 6-7 seconds like Inoue did and taking your time and getting up, he got up too quick, and then the ref gave him one more chance, and then he got hit with a barrage, and before he could go down a third time, the ref waved off the fight. And that was an impressive win for Floyd Schofield, 22 years old, going through all that, and I think I talked about it in the video, all that criticism and all the naysayers. And if you look at the post-fight interview, it was a very emotional interview. He made a fan out of me that night because he talked about the mental health issues he had because of that. He was talking about how his child was the only thing that kept him going, how he was thinking about unaliving himself or having thoughts like that after reading all the comments of the people on social media talking about he afraid, he chicken, he scared, oh, look at him, man, lying about being sick. You know, those things, these guys are human. These guys are human. And he fought through that, all that turmoil, and came out with the biggest victory of his career and something that catapulted him into the consciousness of the boxing fans and media right now. So now people are looking like, oh, he's saying he wants to fight Shakur Stevenson after what he did against Tevin Farmer. Maybe he wasn't lying. Maybe he is about that life. Maybe he is a great fighter, even if we don't like his dad and some of the antics. Very, very impressed with that dude. Very proud of him. Very proud of the resilience and the intestinal fortitude to fight back after that, man. Both physically and mentally, because that is not an easy path to walk. So, you know, Schofield, the Schofield team, if you're watching this, congratulations. Very proud of what you did, and standing on all 10 toes. That's my thoughts. Let me know what you think about both of those events, the Crawford-Canelo press conference, and then the fight between Tevin Farmer and Floyd Schofield Jr. Because now you have Shakur Stevenson fighting Willard Zepeda. I believe Zepeda has a belt at that weight class. And the winner of that fight now could be next in line to give a shot to Floyd Schofield. So we might see, let's say we see Shakur get the win there. And then now he's in line to get that fight against Schofield, or give Schofield that opportunity again, let's say. I would love to see it happen then, and then we can see the fight, and then people can the whole incident with him being in the hospital might go into the rear view, because now he's getting his shot after putting on a hell of a performance against a hell of a fighter in Tevin Farmer. And to Tevin Farmer, do not be discouraged. I don't know what lies ahead on the path for you, but you're a great fighter, and that's just boxing. We know what it is whenever we get into that ring. For me, it was whenever I got into the dojo. When I got into the dojo, or I did the tournament, and you put that headgear on, you know what time it is. You know it's kill or be killed. Like, you have to be on your toes. So being somebody who's in that arena to a certain extent, or been there, I have a certain respect for these fighters, because a lot of people don't have the courage to put on the gloves and step inside that ring, nor do they know how they're going to respond when they get hit with a punch. As the great Mike Tyson would say, everybody has a plan until you get knocked upside your head the first time. Then how do you respond? You stay down, or do you get up with the Rocky face all screwed up and say, I ain't hear no bell yet? Like, you have to decide what type of person you're going to be. So, you know, respect to both fighters, and that's what it is. Shout out to Slaughter Rico, man. Good to see you in here, man. As always, appreciate the support, brother. And check the YouTube channel. I'll be posting this up along with my thoughts on the other fights coming up. Now, I have to check my fight schedule, and I'm going to get on that. But until next time, stay safe, be easy, and check out the rest of the fights later. Peace.